Welcome to Gene and Mike do the New York Times crossword.
Hi, I'm Jean.
And I'm Mike. And today we are doing the crossword for Thursday, January 30th, 2025. So, on the penultimate day of January, did you do the crossword?
I did do the crossword.
And was it a splendid solve?
It was.
Good?
It was.
Mm-hmm.
It was a super quick solve, too.
Really?
Yes, I did it quite speedily.
Oh, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
I did not.
Oh.
But I still got it done.
Uh-huh.
I had a little trouble with the theme, and that's sort of what slowed me down. So why don't we talk about the theme?
Okay. Well, the reason I solved it so quickly is I figured out the theme right away.
Mm-hmm.
So that made it very easy. But if you hadn't figured it out, I could see where that might slow you down quite a bit. But within the puzzle, we had 4 sets of circled squares, 3 each on top of one another. And what you had to do with those circled squares is use the letters twice to answer the clue running across the bottom circled square. So, for example, the first one I figured out was 23 across. Groundbreaking medical procedure first accomplished in 1967, and I knew that had to be a heart transplant. I just knew that's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
So there weren't enough letters or enough squares to put heart transplant, but you could put H-E, and then the A was circled, and the 2 letters above it were circled, and they just happened to be RT. So it's spelled heart, going from the A, H-E-A, and then up, heart. And that TRA, or ART, whichever way you want to read it, was in the answer for 3 down, which was catch, and the answer to that was entrap. So you had that ART, or TRA, right in the middle there. Okay, so HEART going up, but then going back down, TRA, and then if you go the rest of the way across 23 across, it's NSPLANT, transplant.
Heart
So
transplant.
Heart transplant.
Mm-hmm.
So heart, HEART up, and then TRA down with NSPLANT behind it. So heart transplant. Another one was 18 across, mercenary, and you got soldier in there, and the R of soldier was circled, and then the 2 letters above it came from 2 of the acrosses. 8 across was the film Airplane example, which was farce, and 16 across, which was result of a leadoff walk, which was one on. So you had an F and an O above that R of soldier. So you go soldier, then read up, OF is of, then read down, FO with the R of soldier, and then following that was TUNE, tune, or fortune, soldier of fortune.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Then we also had one at 38 across. I should save that one maybe for the last. 52 across has a clouded mind, and that was can't see straight, right?
Right.
Yeah. So you have can't. You had CAN. This one was kind of tricky.
That was the one I had the most trouble with.
Yeah. CANT is where the circle is, and then you have an S and an E above it. So it's can't, SE, and then going back down, E, the second E of C, and then ST, and then rate, straight, on the other side of 52 across. So yes, that can't, and then this SE, you have going up, but then you have to use that E again going down, and then the rest of it is straight. Can't see straight. Okay? And then going back to the other one, uncertainties of life or a feature of the 4 answers in this puzzle. Oh, no, that's 57.
57 across.
38 across. Focus of a product development test. And you had U and then S in a circle and an ER above it, so that spells a user. And then going back down, you have RES, and the rest of 38 across, which is EARCH, research, user research. Okay, and then finally, 57 across, the revealer, uncertainties of life, or a feature of the 4 answers in this puzzle. And the answer to that was ups and downs, which is definitely what you had to do to answer the clues of the themed answers. Soldier of fortune, heart transplant, user research, and can't see straight. So,
yep. Yeah.
Very, very clever. And, to find that many phrases where you've got 6 letters kind of in, what's that called, a homonym, going the same way, one way, and the other.
You mean a palindrome?
I mean a palindrome, yes. Because you had soldier of, and then fortune, ROF, FOR.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's really a palindrome.
TRA.
Right. Yeah, I don't think that's really a palindrome. I mean, a palindrome is a word that reads the same from left to right as right to left. And so if you have soldier of, reading up it's ROF, ROF, and then reading down it's FOR. So it's just a...
Well, it's like madam. What's
That's a palindrome, because if you read from left to right, you get madam. If you read from right to left, you get madam.
Well, if you spread out the 6 letters, you would read ART, TRA. It would.
Oh, I see. Okay. I see what you're saying. Yes.
ROF, FOR.
I stand corrected.
Yep.
See, I was just having trouble grasping the theme initially, and even now I'm sort of a little bit wobbly. Like, for instance, when I first started off with 23 across, I had ground-breaking medical procedure, and I had plant. I thought, it's transplant. So that worked quite well.
But it wasn't right.
Yeah, because I was having some trouble with 2 down, quantity on a farm, which was bushel.
That's right.
And 1 down, singer with the 1972 album Young, Gifted, and Black, informally, Aretha. And so that was going to give me an HE there, which was sort of messing up my transplant.
Of course, yes.
So, but eventually I was able to sort of figure it out.
Very good.
But that when you were looking at can't see straight, and in fact, that's the answer where I was having trouble seeing straight, because I had CANTSE, and I did what you did. I then immediately dropped down to the S without giving that E the second read that it needed.
Yes.
I don't know why. The fact that both of us doing this independently, maybe there's something just about EST or TSE.
Well, all the other ones end at the top. They end after you do the 3 letters, and then the second word begins.
Right.
But this one, the second word starts on the second circled square, goes up, and then you have to hit it again to finish that word, the first word, and then hit the second word with the second circled square and the rest of the clue.
I think you've nailed it. Yep.
Yeah.
Very profound.
So, anyway, but the rest of the puzzle was pretty interesting. Like I said, I did it fairly quickly, but there were some good clues in there. The first one really blew my mind. First U.S. Pres to be born outside the original 13 colonies. And it was Abe, Honest Abe, who was born in Kentucky but lived in Illinois. But I always thought Andrew Jackson was the first one that was born outside of the original 13 colonies, but maybe not.
I'm assuming that Joe fact-checked this.
I'm sure.
And Will Shortz probably has all the birthplaces of all the presidents committed to memory.
No doubt.
So I think we can trust this.
Oh yeah, I believe it, but I guess maybe I think of Andrew Jackson of being in, was he from Kentucky or Tennessee or one of those states?
Don't look at me.
One of those states, and I just assumed that's where he was born, but perhaps he was born someplace else. One of the colonies or something.
I'm not qualified to tackle that one.
Yeah.
I liked 13 Across Cry in a horror film. I went for Eek, E-E-K, but it turned out to be Run.
Run, yes.
Not a big fan of horror films, except for the ones where they go, Eek! I guess that probably wouldn't be a horror film. It would be more of a Mickey Mouse show.
Right. Mm-hmm.
14 Across Challenge for an Interpreter, perhaps. And I had it starting with IDIO, and I went for Idiot, because they had a really stupid client. But it turned out to be Idiom.
Yes.
That made more sense.
Yes, that makes a lot more sense. And actually, I have worked with people and known people from other countries, and oftentimes if you say an idiom, they'll be like, huh? So yes, that would be very difficult to help them understand the translation of, yes.
I had a lot of trouble with, let's see, 18 Across. I had Soldier, the answer was Soldier of Fortune. And I had a soldier, because I was reading this wrong, I had Soldier for Hire.
Oh.
So I was sort of like ignoring the OF on the way up.
Yes.
And then I had Soldier for Rent. Because I thought, if you can't hire them, maybe you can rent them.
Soldier for rent.
Yeah.
You have to sign a lease on that soldier.
You can order them at Uber. There's Uber Military to go along with Uber Eats.
No kidding.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Uber Military.
I might just have to get one of those.
Anyways, I went through hire and rent before I eventually got to Soldier of Fortune, and I realized I had to use that FO on the way down as well as up.
Okay, very good.
31 Across, only about 10% of Americans have one. That was Audi.
Right.
And since I've been rewatching season 1 of Severance, I had Audi sort of on the brain, so to speak.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That play into the plot?
Yes, in a big way.
Okay. Don't tell me.
That's all that I'm going to say.
Thank you.
We had 34 down, Pigeon, Hawk, or Crow, spelled Pidgeon. Hawk was Hawke, and Crow was Crowe, and the answer was actor.
That's right.
That was
They're
pretty
all
cute.
Actors.
42 down was deep-pocketed types, FATCATs.
Yes.
I was just wondering if people would put that down as a career choice. I want to be a doctor when I grow up. I want to be a lawyer when I grow up. I want to be a fat cat when I grow up. Probably not.
No, I don't think so. No.
Next to that, we had 56 down, base for a proposal, knee.
Right.
That was sort of cute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did you know 61 Across, the supermodel Karangi Gia?
No, I did not know that. I had to get that from the Downs.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I got that through the crosses as well. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I think that's it for today's crossword.
Okay.
So thanks, everyone, for listening.
Yes.
Friday's crossword is going to be out soon. Remember, it's typically themeless. In fact, I think it's always themeless.
I believe you are correct.
I can't remember a time when they've had a theme. But perhaps Will, being the iconoclast that he is, today will be the day that he releases a themed Friday crossword. Well, we'll find out about that and come back to report about that tomorrow.
Bye-bye.